Hello, hello, Kathy here. How are you doing this Friday afternoon? What is it? Almost 4 o'clock. Hey, I thought I would go live today and talk about my next blog post. And that's truly all about happy habits and how important it is to get up each morning, put your feet on the ground, and really try to think happy, do your happy habits so that you can start the day off happy. I wrote myself some notes here, so I want to make sure I don't forget anything. And I'm looking down at my computer just to make sure the live broadcast is streaming so I don't miss any comments going on. And I think it is. Okay, so feel free to say hi and give me your comments as we go. And love to hear your happy habits as we go through. But can you believe it's 2020 coming up in just a few days with the new year, a new decade, and it's really a time for you to really turn the page, set a new chapter in your life. I love the fact that there is that calendar marking in the year that kind of kickstarts our brains to say, is there anything that we can do to go ahead and make our lives better? And I think happy is a simple and basic word, but it's something that we all strive for. If you think about it, we're saying Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Birthday, have a happy day. So we're always wishing people happy. And really happy is this vague word, but it means so much to each and every one of us. And it means something different to you. It means something different to me. And as the new year approaches, I really want you to think about finding your happy. What does your happy look like? So I looked it up in the dictionary just from a dictionary perspective. And happy is an adjective that means feeling or showing pleasure or contentment. Like Melissa came in looking happy and excited, being content, being cheerful, being merry, joyful, you're smiling. Or it could mean the second version is you're fortunate, you're convenient, you have a happy knack of making people like you, might be an example. Or you bought the winning lottery ticket, now you're happy. And so I always say, if you follow me on any social media, I say, choose your happy. And that's truly my thing, is you have to choose whether you are happy, and really you have to find your own happiness. And that's what it means when you hear me say, choose your happy. What do you feel when you think of being the happiest person you've ever been, or you've had the best and happiest day you've ever had? What does that happy feel like to you? What is going on? What are your feelings like? I think about, like, a mom might be happiest when they see their child making their first step. That might be a happy moment in your life. Or you're walking down the aisle of your wedding and you see all your family and friends there, and your significant other at the front of the church or the front of the ceremony setting that you're at. And that might be your happy moment there. And what are you feeling when you feel that way? You're walking across the graduation stage, or I'm trying to think of what other examples I wrote down here. You just found out that you are going to go ahead and win this special award, and you feel happy about it. So what do you feel like? Why can't we be happy all the time? Why do we only feel happy in those special moments? Don't we deserve to feel happy all the time? And that's kind of what I was thinking about. And so no one can give you happy. They may say a joke and make you laugh, and that makes you feel happy. But after that joke is gone, what makes you happy? What makes you feel that jolly, that contentment? For short periods of time, but then how do you live your life happy? So that's a huge thing. So you have to find your happy and figure out what that happiness means to you. And then for me personally, I have to practice it every single day. I have to go about thinking about what can I do to continue to keep myself joyful and merry, especially sometimes in these winter months, or now that Christmas is done, some people looked forward to that special occasion, then all of a sudden it's gone. So for me, I want to share with you today my 5 habits that I do each and every day, or I try to do each and every day, that continues me in that spirit of being happy. And so that's really, really important for me. First and foremost of all, it starts with the simplest thing, but the most important thing, getting a good night's sleep. Just think about it. If you don't have a good night's sleep, you're not at your best. And so getting a good night's sleep and waking up refreshed and happy and energetic and in a good mood will be the best thing that you can do. So it says here, I can't remember what research I said, but like the average adult needs anywhere between 7 and 9 hours. You know how many hours you need of sleep. If you sleep too much, you're going to be too tired. But sleeping 60 to 90 minutes more per night than the average American does may make you happier and healthier. And so if you're only getting 5 hours of sleep a night and you're noticing that you're not your best, where can you get 60 to 90 minutes more? So I went out and just did some research on happy. And it says, follow a regular sleep schedule. Yeah, so if you're sleeping here and here and here and here, I feel so sorry for night workers and shift workers. But go to sleep and get up at the same time each day, finding yourself a schedule and a routine, even on the weekends and when you're traveling. Avoid napping in the afternoon or evenings if you can. Naps may keep you up at night. So you need to figure out what is that. However, sometimes naps might make me feel happy once in a while as a treat. So you want to develop a bedtime routine and kind of finding your wind down time and relaxing so that you're not just jumping in. Some people like to read a book, listen to music, take a warm shower, a warm bath. That sometimes feels best for people. Try not to turn the TV on or your social media, your cell phone, because that light will keep you awake. Room temperature, get into lowering your lighting in your room. Avoid eating large meals before bed. Caffeine may keep people up. Stay awake. So anything that kind of keeps you staying awake. I have a heater on in here, by the way, and it's making me tired. It's all of a sudden making me want to yawn. So I'm nice and warm and cozy in here. And then remembering alcohol may keep you up. It may not get you to that REM or that real deep sleep that you need. Number 2 that I have been good at sometimes, but this year has been the hardest for me. I'll be honest with you. Moving 30 minutes a day. And that is something that you have to physically perform 30 minutes a day. The best for me is right away in the morning because I want to kickstart my body, get my metabolism going. But you have to find something that you like to do. Not everybody likes to run. Not everybody likes to go to the gym. Not everybody likes to move around. Sorry, you guys. I'm just yawning because of the heater here. I should probably go turn it off, and I will in a little bit. So maybe it is like dancing or something like my mom, if she's watching this, she likes to go ahead and vacuum and clean, and that gives her 30 minutes of moving a day. Maybe it's going to the gym and physically moving. But it says here, when your heart and lungs work more efficiently, you have more energy to go about your day. The physical activity stimulates your brain, and that then boosts your energy or your mind muscles into being happier and more relaxed. And it helps reduce stress as well as improving your confidence and self-esteem, because now you got all of those chemicals working in your body. I sometimes hear inner voices just say, oh, I'm too tired. I don't want to work today. I'm too tired. You know, that kind of thing. So you want to find out a way that's going to go ahead and get you excited to get up and move for 30 minutes. Maybe it's walking the dog outside. Maybe it is turning on a fun podcast and, doing an activity that you love to do. And so you have to find something. If you break it down, like, okay, I want to be real with you. If you break it down and you sleep 8 hours a day, you have 16 more hours in your day. 30 minutes plus maybe 30 minutes of showering after is 1/16 of your day. It's so minute. And it's better than just staying in bed. It's better than just waking up and sitting on the couch for a bit. You're moving, you're getting yourself going, you're getting all of your energy going. Oh, okay. Now I want to talk about my favorite thing. My third thing that I do is I journal. This has made a huge difference in my mindset. It wires my brain to journal gratitude. And journaling gratitude, if you do it routinely, which I do every day in the morning, I write down 5 things that I'm grateful for. I use the tool that is from Rachel Hollis, the Start to J journal. This is just one version of it. You can do a notebook. You just go buy a 99-cent spiral notebook. You could do it on your computer, but physically doing it, not just thinking it, rewires your brain. And by journaling, it increases your productivity. It improves your self-esteem because you're keeping a journal of everything. It helps you sleep better because some people journal at the end of the night, their gratitude, which is great. It makes you happier and it reduces your stress, because there's some days where I open it up going, oh, I had just a crappy day yesterday. Now I have to write down 5 things that I was grateful for. I may have to dig, or I'm looking for those 5 things throughout the day so I can journal those. So I'll do a couple of them. Yesterday, or the day after Christmas, I put Christmas Mass with Dennis and my mom. Today I put it's Matt's birthday today, so that makes me happy. I'm grateful for Matt, and I spent some time just reminiscing about his childhood. I wrote down my mom cleaned my house yesterday, which was a true gratitude for me. And I started taking a new self-development course, which that's really, really fun. So being able to write things down that you're grateful for, it might be something as minute as seeing a bird, to smiling at somebody if you're having a crappy day, but definitely journaling gratitude. I also journal my 10 dreams or goals as if they already happened. I'm telling you one of them that's really way out there, but I'm going to get there someday. I want to live in a ranch home on 2.5 acres, on 2 acres, 2.5 acres. That's one of my dreams. And so I write that down every day, and it just programs me to think, keep working, working your hardest. I want to live in a simpler home. I want to downsize, but I want a bigger area for my dogs to run and a little bit more privacy. That's what I want. So number 3, so we talked about getting a good night's sleep. We talked about moving. We talked about gratitude. Now it's planning for the day. How many of you are guilty of going into your day and letting it just happen? Yeah, because if you do that, what happens? For a typical office worker like me, if I don't plan my day, the first thing I bring up is email. And that's other people's agenda items. And there's days where I can come in and there is 100 emails. And there's days that I come in and there's maybe 20. But once you go through all of those, an hour or 2 has passed. and I haven't even gotten anything done yet. And so what I do is I love waking up, doing my morning routine, journaling, eating my good breakfast, and then planning my day. And if I haven't even done it now, I've been programming myself to plan it the day before. My work day, when I look at my end of my half hour at the end of my day, I say, okay, tomorrow, what is my top 3 things that I need to get done from a work perspective? I actually block my calendar, and I physically, it's almost like putting the rude button on, but also putting the do not disturb sign up to say, before I do anything, I am working on my top 3 things that I need to get done. If there is something priority that my boss or my team members need to take care of or get a hold of me for, I tell them I'm in do not disturb, so they have my text number. We have a Skype program so they could message me. For my business, I write down what I need to get done each and every day, and I focus in on those first before I start going ahead and looking at emails and scrolling through social media and networking and all the things that I need to get done. Because what usually happens then is if you start just doing, oh, I don't know, I don't feel like working today, I'm gonna look at my emails, and then sooner or later you find 2 or 3 hours done, and then you still have those priorities to get done. But what happens? You're the tiredest. It's later in the day. You feel groggy. You were yawning just like I was yawning. And at the end of the day, it's hard to get all of that done. Or you're working later and you're slower because you're not getting it done. So I think I covered everything. I'm looking at all my notes here. Yeah, so block your time off. Put work time, or tell your boss or meet with your team to say, I'm going to block my time. You can see my calendar, and it's going to say I'm working on project A here. I am going ahead and doing my documentation here. And it doesn't have to be all at the same time. Maybe you block 3 separate hours through your day, and you know that those are the times that you need to work on those, or maybe it's only one priority. But try it first. The emails and the other stuff can wait. And it keeps you away from all of the other, and I'm not trying to be rude, but all of the other talk and drama and things that could happen throughout the day that you don't need to get involved in, because you can get your work done and be very, very productive. So blocking your calendar was key for me. And the last thing I do is I schedule breaks. As Americans, we pound, and work. How often do we take break time? And you can perform, but if you don't take breaks, what happens? You're burnt out, you're tired, you're sluggish. You need time to recharge. And if you look at the labor laws of years and years ago, and we're still in those labor laws, if you are a punch a clock person and you're working an X amount of time, you're allotted 15-minute breaks and 30-minute lunch breaks and that sort of thing. But some of us who are working at their desks, or are salaried employees, or we're business women working our business or our direct sales business, do you take time for yourself to recharge and taking a break? And I'm not saying you don't have to take the whole 15 minutes or whatever, but maybe it's time to recharge, time throughout the day that you really need. On here, when I went to some stats here, it says breaks increase productivity and creativity. Working for long stretches without breaks leads to stress and exhaustion. Taking breaks refreshes the mind, refreshes your mental resources, and helps you become more creative. I always call it the aha moments come when I take a break. Other evidence suggests that taking regular breaks raises workers' levels of engagement, in turn increases productivity. And so, finding time to just get up and move, first of all, if you are sitting, because the average American now sits more than they ever were. So getting up and physically moving and walking around will help you. Maybe you go ahead and take a walk outside. Maybe you go ahead and refresh your beverage or your drink, have a healthy snack. I work in an upstairs office, so physically walking downstairs and refilling my beverage and walking around down there, maybe having my snack down there, I'm away from my desk. And that. Now, going ahead and taking a lunch break is key too. I find that I can do my most creative thinking when I'm away from my work area. And so when I'm stuck and I can't come up with any more creative ideas, it's time for me to take a break. It's time for me, if it's cold outside, I get on the treadmill or my Peloton, or I jump in the car and go take a walk in the mall, or doing something to go ahead and get a break. So if you have break ideas, let me know. I truly believe one break a week should be a fun break, preferably a lunch fun break. Maybe you go to the gym, maybe you go ahead and have coffee with a friend or lunch with a friend, but you physically get away. And if you can't get away, use your computer or your cell phone and video chat with somebody, but do it outside of your office. Those are definitely good ways. So now I want to end though with a fun thing. I call this my sugar and spice for happy, or my sugar and spice of happy, because not everybody has the same 5. So think about what your 5 might be. Your 5 might look different than my 5 things, but find some happy routine habits for yourself, but then also add some sugar and spice happy into your life, right? That's the fun piece. Like if you're an extrovert and you just need people, well, then maybe you need to figure out once or twice a week some social interaction for you. And that might be joining a pottery class or doing a mom's group, or maybe it's yoga, maybe it's lunch with the girls somewhere. Maybe you find a lunch group and you're saying, okay, on the first whatever of every month, first Friday of every month, we're going to do lunch together. And so you start forming something where you get that social interaction. Maybe it's going on date night with your special someone. And maybe you plan that once a month, twice a month. Maybe you just get out so that most of the people watching this are work at home people. So working at home and getting out. Now, if you follow me in any form, you know that on social media, I do a lot of Sunday fun days with Dennis, with my mom. I started it about a year ago when my mom moved into her apartment, and I wanted to stay connected with her. And we wanted a special day where we would just know that that's our day. And so Sundays is our fun day. And sometimes it costs us no money whatsoever. And we do a walk the mall, we watch the football game, whatever it would be. And sometimes we spend some money like shopping or pottery class, or we go out for dinner. But we do something fun every Sunday so that it is something that we look forward to. What about going to a movie? Going to a movie with my girlfriend Julie is one of my favorite things. We usually go to a romantic comedy movie, and we do our giggles and our laughs before the movie starts, and then we watch the movie, and it's fun. Or if you have little kiddos, maybe it's game night. It's family game night once a week. And we get together for 2 hours on whatever night we do. We turn off all streaming social media, and we have a game that we play together as a family. You connect, you get to know each other. Or maybe it's something personal for you. Maybe it's a pedicure or spa time or a manicure or getting your hair done. It's your alone time. But think of what could be your sugar and spice fun time. That might make you feel happy. But maybe it's a hobby that you like to do. Maybe it's reading, maybe it's scrapbooking, maybe it's painting, whatever. What do you like to do that gets that happy burning inside of you? And so maybe it's cooking, whatever it would be. So kind of to end today, I challenge you all to go ahead and think about what are your 5 happy habits that you can incorporate. Maybe it's 2 this time. Maybe it's just 2 that you incorporate this coming couple weeks, and you find 2 things every day that you significantly, continuously do every day that's going to make you routinely feel good. Because that's what it's all about, is feeling good. Moving every single day, whether you want to or not, is going to, push those endorphins and get you happier. It's going to improve your mood. Maybe it's drinking water. Maybe it's eating healthy. Because if you're fueling your body with unhealthy, you're going to feel sluggish. But if you're eating well, your fruits and vegetables, then, or it's, your proteins, whatever it would be, you're going to be feel good, and that's going to make you happier. So you're going to need to figure out what those are. So I challenge you, what are those happy habits that you can do? And then that's that mindset. Choose your happy. Gratitude. What are you grateful for? Routinely thinking about it. I'm getting up every morning. I'm going to make this a great day. I'm going to work on things right away and get my hard stuff done first. And then what's going to be my sugar and spice? And that might be our little kind of secret word. What's our sugar and spice for happy? Do I need some sugar and spice today because it's dull and dreary outside? Or, oh, I know this week I'm scheduling my sugar and spice, and maybe it's my movie night with my girlfriend Julie, or maybe it's Sunday fun day, whatever it would be. So that's my happy today. So hope you enjoyed a little bit of that. Maybe you got 1 or 2 trinkets. And as always, have a great day and choose your happy, because it's going to make you feel so much better. Bye now. Have a good day. Bye now.